The first opinion is something that I half agree with. It's literally a bad choice to send an opinion like this to someone who knows almost all of the K-pop industry and girl groups, except for first and second generation girl groups, and to someone who has an open taste and likes anything as long as it slaps. Is one are a group I would add to a list of better girl group fourth generation music, but to be very honest, I don't find them as interesting as a produce group as per se the other produce groups. They're not bad musically, but they come last in terms of my ranking of all the produce-made groups, excluding ZB1 and Kpop are not from produce. Another thing about is one also that makes me not consider their music to be super amazing, is the fact that some songs give me similar vibes, example, La Vie en Rose and Violetta, Fiesta and Panorama, and also DD Dance for Universe a little. Secret Story of the Swan was a title that became my favorite, because it didn't give me similar vibes to their other tracks and it's literally their best for me. Also La Vie en Rose has gotten boring for me, from it being so popular, that I hear it everywhere leading me to have a dislike for it. So in the end, is one's music isn't as good as people make it out to be, and I just don't see the amazingness as others do. The next opinion is something that I disagree with but also agree with to an extent. BTS started from the bottom and worked their way to the top. It wasn't a guaranteed success rate for them. They deserve every bit of their fame, but their more recent music, solos and group songs, though me liking some of them, don't compare to their older tracks. I feel like their newer tracks have a quality decline. I do believe that they deserve their popularity, but the lower quality music is making me think otherwise, and they need to make a good quality song once they're all OT7 again. I don't stan BTS, but being a fan of K-pop since 2016. And my sister, a K-pop fan also around the same time as me, and her liking BTS and their music, amongst other groups, I've seen their music throughout the years, 2016 to now, and I can tell, even though I didn't like a lot of their songs, that their music nowadays is going downhill, and they need to make a good music return, once they return, to actually give us a reason why they're worldwidely successful, because now their music just isn't that great anymore. The next opinion is a highly agree with this. I'm a lover of softer music, so I agree. I'm not much a fan of their batty, dark edgy type music, except for 1 to 2 songs, so I also prefer them doing ballady, chill music. It's the whole reason I've not given up on Stray Kids and put them as just a group who does dark or batty and interesting tracks, because I'm not a dumbass and I always check first instead jumping to conclusions. Stray Kids have some of the best softer music in the fourth generation for me, so yes, this is a hard agree. Sorry to say this, but a lot of their batty type music flops. That's it. The next opinion is an agree. I love that Karina decided to not dye her hair anymore. I wish more idols were like this. What Karina did was a great choice. I don't care much about dyeing because I don't do it, but I know that it damages your hair and whatnot, so Karina not dyeing her hair anymore, she can help her hair, because the opinion says, her hair is falling out. Karina not dyeing her hair anymore means that she can work to revive her hair back to being healthy and normal. I don't care if it can be done, because again I'm not a hair expert or anyone who dyes their hair. It's better to have your natural hair color than to ruin it by dyeing. Dyeing once in a while is fine, but like I'm talking about dyeing more often. The next opinion is something that was being talked about on Discord, so I know who sent it lol, but I agree. Their companies need to release more music and try and focus their attention on getting them successful. Cherry Bullet and Woo-Ah don't need a survival show to get more noticed, they need to continue making music and promote as a group instead of going on dumb survival shows, when that's not gonna help them at all. Survival shows don't usually help the group much, unless it's popular and you're an attention-grabbing person on the show for people to be interested in you even after the show. Plus it's better to try and gain fans through releasing music, so that way you can make something that will finally get you the recognition you deserve. The next opinion is a highly agree with this too. 50/50 unintentionally got popular with Cupid, and have now gone viral. 50/50 ATM are very much the hype, so I agree with them having to make new music while they're still a hot topic. People are currently obsessed with them, so it's high time for them to release a new song instead of focusing all their attention to this one song, which people will definitely get sick of at some point. They need to release another banger to keep people interested in them, or else they'll just be a one-hit wonder group. Attract need to do something ASAP, or else they'll go back to being unpopular again, when they had the chance to try and keep their success ongoing. The next opinion is an agree. As in the opinion for Woo-ah and Cherry Bullet, I'll say the same thing. Focus on music and not going on these dumb survival shows. WJSN have such a great discography, but like they need to focus on themselves to get noticed, not being pushed on a survival show getting nothing after. They all renewed, which is great, but that doesn't mean you have to push them on a survival show. They renewed, so release new music and get them some recognition. Stop with sending groups to survival shows, when they show the potential to gain popularity if they work hard. Like for real, WJSN have great music, some talent, I don't stand them yet, but I believe they do, and things that make them a better third-generation girl group. WJSN have the potential, but it shouldn't be wasted on useless survival shows that don't matter much, unless you're a super nugu idol or group going on there to get people to know of your existence or people to know your group. Like look at what happened to WJSN on Queendom. They won, but I don't think it really helped them that much. Survival shows don't really help you much at all. Baby, you're mine. Baby, you're mine. The next opinion is a disagree, but I do agree with the end bandwagon standing part. Bandwagon standing is something that I hate, because people stan a group that is trending or check them out because they're trending and pay attention to them or whatnot, but then drop them after they're not trendy anymore or a new group comes along to bandwagon stan, but I don't agree with the Billy dropping album of the year, so far part. I did love a lot of the B-sides on the album and added them to my playlist, and I also loved the TT, but in all honesty this wasn't too amazing for me as their previous albums, especially the Gingamingeo one, which I adore, so this is not such a good album for me. I don't think it's bad, just not their best work. But hey, at least they're still making top-tier music. The next opinion is a hard agree because Blackswan's comeback needs to trend. People be trending and making some bad and boring songs trendy, but when actual good music like Karma releases, nothing. I can say with all honesty that some of the trendy K-pop songs suck, according to my taste. I'm not trying to purposely hate on trendy songs, because there are some that I do like, but songs like Karma that literally was crafted to perfection get left to rot. Look at the visuals, the Indian aesthetic, the slayful Indian outfits, the song itself, and all of them sounding amazing, plus Fatou never failing to deliver. Everything about this comeback puts Close to Me and their debut tonight to shame, because everything from the MV to the song had so much effort put into it. The song itself works so well, and the MV had so much work put into it, and the fact that they got actual Indians to help on it shows how much they really thought about making this comeback properly with proper thought and care put into it. Everything about this was just 10 out of 10. Jaw-droppingly good music. So facts were spoken here. The last opinion is a hard agree. I'm gonna explain why in the context of Woojin's bullying scandal, IDK if this explanation is related to what the sender meant to say in their opinion, but I understood it this way. Like when Woojin's bullying scandal happened, people literally hated on him so much, some making clout seeker videos because they're haters to prove that he's a bully, making everyone believe in the delusion of these well-edited videos, even though they're fake. People literally unstand him without having an ounce of faith that he could be innocent, which showed they never loved him to begin with and only fake stand him when he was in SKZ. This is for the haters, not the real Woojin fans. But when Hyunjin's, I remember this happened, but I'm also questioning it, like I made it up in my head, so if anyone watches please confirm this. Bullying scandal happened, people were defending him, but for Woojin people came for his throat like he was some supervillain that needed to be cancelled, when both are from the same group. This was the case I thought of instantly when the sender said, selective about which idols we cancel. People act like they care about situations like these where they hate on idols and bullying scandals or anything, but in actuality they don't care about the scandal, but rather they hate the idol, simply because they have bottled up hate which they waited for the right moment to release. And for the idols they defend, it's only because these idols are their faves, so they defend them. People don't care, they just wanna defend who they wanna defend, and hate who they wanna hate. The favoritism is showing. Thank you, so